LSU will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. A rather underwhelming start as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. To the air, it's Raiola. Pulls it in, it's Dishman. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Now on second down. Takes the handoff, it's Hankerson. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still, just a very short gain.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D-linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
He steps out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
I'll tell you, QBs and receivers, they practice these out routes all week long, and you've got to anticipate. You've got to be comfortable throwing it before he gets out of his break, and they executed it perfectly right there to pick up that first.
And the Ducks with the 1st and 10. Handoff from the shotgun. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Motion from the wideout. Off play action. Looking left. It's caught downfield. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
The Ducks are on the move. They're looking to pass from the red zone. He's got it on the run. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Ducks! You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game and get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Quick release by the QB. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Line getting set on second down. Dropping back, it's King. It's complete on the right side. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The Tigers are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll leave it with him. Runs for the tackle. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. They're already down a touchdown early, and the last thing they need to do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back to that offense. They'll go for it on 4th down. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
Hey, at this point of the game, 4th and short, no problem going for it. 4th and medium, I think it's too early to start taking some of these chances. I think you need to just let the game play out a little bit and trust your defense.
Looking to throw on 1st down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this guy shot out of the cannon. 2 catches on the opening drive, and finally going back to him again. This time, they don't hook up. But he's a guy that needs to touch the football often, and I think this offense has to keep trying to find ways to get him involved.
Welcome to this room, y'all.
So now it's 2nd and long. Leaves it with the back. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Wide receiver going in motion. Back to throw, it's Raiola. Looking to the big tight end. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times, in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
They'll run the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
If they have any intention of getting this drive going, they better come up with something on 2nd and long from the 10. Nowhere close on that one, as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. Snagged in the middle, it's Coleman. He's going to have enough to pick up the 1st down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this 1st period. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a 1st down.
And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting his tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, his offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this drive.
Throws for the tight end. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Didn't get a chance to show off those return skills, but he gives his offense the ball at the 29.
And defensive backs, you think, don't have good hands. The big fella shows it. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football. You say that's why you play defense, because you don't have hands? Yeah, I beg to differ.
They'll get this drive started from the 29. Takes the handoff. It's Hankerson. Got the first down and more. Oh, that move is going to leave them dizzy.
He really shows you his skills on that last run, and I feel like today, if you're a running back at Oregon, you are expected to be explosive. You're not going to be a guy that goes in between the tackles and gains 3 yards, and that's okay. I feel like now, today, because of all the great running backs they've had here recently, if you get into the second level, you're expected to go to the house. This guy has that kind of skill.
And they pick up just a few on that completion. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, it's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Dropping back, it's Raiola. Quickly complete. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Defense in press coverage. They'll move the wide receiver. From the 33, it's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires left. Complete downfield. He found his man and zipped it in there, and they've got a 1st down in the red zone at the 11.
This offense has become a first down machine, and that is so demoralizing for the defense, especially for those star players that are playing tons of snaps. They're not subbing out as much. By the 4th quarter, they're going to be gapped.
Touchdown, Oregon! A great catch and run for 6.
And how about that? His 2nd receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense. Number 3 is coming soon.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. To the air, it's King. That's reeled in, it's Coleman. He's out past the 35. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down.
And you just wonder now, is that the play that's finally going to wake this offense up? They've been sluggish throughout the entire first half, but could that be the thing that finally just gives them a little bit of a jolt and leads them to scoring some points here before this half is over?
One play in this drive and already out to the 41. It's first down. Pulls it in. It's Coleman.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
The Tigers can really attack on this second and short. Back to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Reese. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. 1st and 10, they're down to the 25. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab on the left. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
They're set to kick it off. And you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And it's caught from inside the 20, and here he comes. Maybe if he could have eluded just 1 or 2 more guys, it would have been a big return, but they'll mark it at the 30. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Back to pass, it's Raiola. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Oh, they're after him. At the 40, there he goes. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. And the Ducks want to crank the tempo. Gonna run it. It's Hankerson. He has the first and still on his feet. Lots of running room. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Ducks!
And that's just a fantastic job of executing the 2-minute type situation by this offense. Something you practice all week long for end of half and end of game. Quarterback, really nice job. Good job by the staff, too, getting the plays in quickly so they could get up to the line of scrimmage and get going. And them scoring that touchdown with seconds to go here in the first half, piling onto their lead, that gives them tremendous confidence heading in at halftime.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. To the air on first down. Looking for a deep man. Makes the grab down the left side. They make the stop, but man, oh man, did he almost get a score on the final play of the half. A big game. The Ducks will kick it off to start the second half. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. To throw, it's King. Grabbed over the middle, it's Moore. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And now on second down for this offense. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. He's got it. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And yet another Bayou Bengal baller on the outside who can just go get it.
And if I'm a quarterback, man, I love throwing to these guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to fit it in the box. I know my receiver out wide will make plays. LSU has had guy after guy after guy that you can name that can do that, and they might just have another one.
And the Tigers in the hurry-up.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule, and what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
On the move at the 30. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon them.
Unleashes one deep. Touchdown LSU! And here they come almost all the way back. That is what we call in the industry a defensive breakdown. That guy was loose for the big play.
Busted coverage, really, really bad execution. Somebody slips, somebody falls. Nothing about that defensively is something you're looking for, but the offense will take it and get the easy touchdowns.
From inside the 15, here comes the return. Pushed out of bounds at the 41, but not before he pulls off a terrific return. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. Wants to throw. It's Raiola. With the catch, it's Hankerson. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
Well, look, I know this guy is not the biggest running back in college football, but boy, is he dangerous, right? He's so shifty. He's hard to bring down. It's a good idea to get him going in the passing game. Put him out in space. Let's see what he can do.
They'll go up top on second and short. Catch in the middle, it's Dishman. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking for room. It's Hankerson.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Back to pass on second down. Looking down the middle. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Well, they didn't let him get loose for a big return, but he still made the big play, and they'll take over at the 17.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The inside handoff. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
Back to pass, it's King. Unloads it left. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Well, that's another completion. This quarterback's on fire. I get it. He's thrown for over 200 yards in this game, but it's because he's got people helping him out. How about that incredible job diving out, stretching out, and hauling that pass in? Quarterbacks love it when they don't have to be perfect every time they throw the football. And this group of receivers, they are helping out their QB1.
He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. Death Valley has a well-earned rep of being intimidating. It is nice to be the quarterback to have everything on your side.
And have everything quiet. It's the loudest place by far that I ever played. I mean, for an entire game, they are on their feet, yelling, screaming. Now, listen, we can't play all the words they're yelling, Reese, but they are an intimidating crowd.
Knocked down behind the line. Boy, he powered through one tackler, but there were more there to greet him. Throws to the tight end. It's complete. He goes out of bounds, and that'll take us to the start of the fourth quarter. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. Looking to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
It's a bad sign on offense when you have that many people running free at your running back. That means guys up front aren't getting their blocks. Just too many hats getting to the ball carrier. I love his effort, making multiple guys miss, but still, it's a negative play.
Scanning the field, it's King. Now he's going to break the pocket. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
Fires to the wideout. Hauls it in, the first down and more. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
Listen, it's go time. We're trailing. It's the fourth quarter. We got to get a little bit more aggressive. I like the call. I like going for it, and especially because we made the completion and got the first down.
Gonna run it. It's Thomas. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
He's guided out of bounds at the 12-yard line.
And that's a really good job by this defense because, remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker because he's not just handing it off and standing there, and they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. Ripping through the defense. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. If you're the defensive coordinator, no time to worry about bust. You have to sell out to get the ball back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Back to throw, it's Raiola. Makes the grab, it's Hankerson. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the fourth quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run, back it up with a pass, getting the first down, a few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
It's really important at this point of the game late that they at least get a field goal here to make this a 2-possession game. So they're staying conservative. They're running the football, keeping it on the ground to execute that idea.
Wide receiver comes in motion. 2nd down, he'll throw it. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Makes the catch. It's Hankerson. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And it's no good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss.
And I like the decision to go up by more than a touchdown in the 4th quarter is the right call, but the execution doesn't come through. Now this football game is totally different. You don't have a 2-score lead. Your defense is going to have to step up for you in a big moment late in this football game.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. Looking for a man. It's King. Dumps it to the back. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
What a fantastic job by the defense that time, forcing the incompletion. They've got the lead late, setting up 4th down. Can they come up with one more stop? If they get it, they might win this game.
Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big, and they take over.
And this offense does not come up big. Man, you needed that first down. And listen, the communication with this offense and the execution has left a little bit to be desired, and especially in a big moment right here when you had to have a score and you had to have the fourth down conversion.
You're going to hear guys after this game say, got to work harder, got to be more intense. You know, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. And it seemed to me that's what happened out there today.
Yeah, just never really got into a rhythm for this team. There's no doubt they've got a lot of very talented players on both sides of the ball. So, David, I don't think this is a situation where they need to now freak out and try to reinvent things on either side of the football. Just being in better rhythm early and trying to find that in their next game, I think, would go a long way.
Yeah, and it's just finding a couple of those plays. What do I do really, really well? Let's continue to build on that. Let's take away these negative plays. Let's take away these turnovers. How do we create more turnovers? I think that rhythm you're talking about, Jesse, finding those things that I do well, building on them, and doing more of them.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been The Beavers will boot it away to start the game. And he takes this from inside the 5. Smacks it with the stiff arm. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's got it out. And there he goes. A dynamic return, explosive, and got loose on this kick coverage team, and they were barely able to keep him from taking it all the way. Now the chance for perhaps the most rewarding one-yard drive in the history of football. On the option. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And when you run the option, you run the risk of putting the ball on the deck, and especially once that thing starts to string out and the defense does a really good job playing assignment football, man on a man. I got the quarterback taken care of, and you could tell. Had the running back taken care of, too. Nowhere to go with that pitch, and they forced the turnover.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Find some running room. He'll pick up 4 out to the 12.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Johnson looking to throw. Got it in the middle, it's right. Shakes off the defender. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. That's what tight ends are supposed to do. Just have people bouncing off them like spitballs off a battleship.
And when you're a defense, you got to understand, we got to swarm to the football because these big dudes, they break tackles and they can get loose if we're not tackling with multiple guys. Nice effort by the big fella.
They'll run it from the gun. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
And the Beavers have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. On the run, it's Washington. Can't get him to the ground. Not this time. After finding running room on the previous play, nowhere to go this time around as the defense rises up. The Beavers come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Defense showing heavy blitz at the line. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Looking to the big tight end. Caught over the middle. It's right. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Breaks the tackle. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
Johnson wants to throw it. Here comes the heat. All out of space. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
And that's the extra feel you get with this dude. I mean, unbelievable job dropping back to pass, but understanding 3rd down, I can get it right now. I got a little bit of space right up the middle, pulls it down, runs it straight ahead, and goes and gets the big 3rd down conversion.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
They're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose. And I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. So here they come going for it on 4th and long. The aftershocks of that earlier sack still reverberating. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Dropping back, it's King. Pocket breaking down. He's got it. Well, LSU receivers are known for their swagger. That is swagger well earned after that one.
You go outside and you make plays. Like, listen, you have swag, you have confidence, and you usually get a little bit loud, Reese, and be like, listen, feed me the rock. So many great LSU receivers.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
Man, that is a big negative play for this defense, putting them in reverse, getting the quarterback on the ground, and they better get ready again. Look at this offense.
Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play.
Thank you very much. That's what the quarterback's thinking on that last play. I think he was even shocked that his receiver was that wide open downfield. He'll take it.
From the gun, running back gets to give. Fighting off the defender. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. 2nd and goal coming up. Motion from the wideout. Touch pass on the run. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. From the gun, wants to pass. Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat.
And if that don't light your fire, your wood is wet. The best play on a field is when the big boy, the most athletic people on the field, the defensive linemen, make game-changing, awesome, super athletic interceptions.
A lot of real estate in front of them as the drive starts at their own 6. Johnson looking to throw. Under fire. Got a wide open receiver. At the 35, he's open. Racing down the left side. Hits a seam wide open. Touchdown, Oregon State. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
There's usually 2 different thought processes when I'm backed up towards my own goal line. Run it, create more space, or take a big shot and try to make a big play. And did this offense ever make a big play? 90-plus yard touchdown. That is how you do it.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. 1 play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Going right to work up top. The short hands, it's Coleman. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Making side adjustments here. Gets the back moving. Going to take a shot on 2nd and short. Got his man. Into enemy territory and out of bounds the 48. They've been completely lethargic in this first half, but finally some signs of life.
And we've seen it, Reese, throughout time, throughout college football history. You get that one big play, momentum starts to come in, and I don't know what it is. It changes everything. Maybe that's the play they needed to finally get some points on the scoreboard before the half.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense.
Going to take a shot. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
I think sometimes as a quarterback, when your offense is struggling, you don't have any points up on the board yet here at the end of the first half. You're just trying to take a shot to see if your guy can make a play. And that time, he thought he had the matchup he wanted, but he has just not been able to ever find a rhythm. And this defense is making it really hard on him, forcing that one to fall incomplete.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to pass. It's King. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Well, as a quarterback, you know, if you put the ball anywhere near this guy, anywhere in his vicinity with his catch radius and his athleticism, he's going to be able to snag it. They weren't able to hit him in stride, but he bails his quarterback out with an awesome diving catch.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Caught behind the line. It's Thomas. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Facing third and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Firing to the end zone. Serious arm strength on that third down pass, but it's incomplete.
That play had 6 written all over it, but he drops it in the end zone. Bad break for the offense.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They're throwing for it on fourth down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to convert on fourth down, but couldn't do it. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They'll start this drive going to the air. Fires to the right. He makes a catch. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Johnson wants to throw it. Got it in the middle. It's Perry. They bring him down, but not before he gets a first down at the 35. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Wants to throw on first down. Shoots it to the left. Pulls it in. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. They'll start this drive with a pass. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Johnson looking to throw. He's got him this time. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
Now, I know that completion isn't a touchdown. It's not a deep play deep down the field. But how about the strong hands by that receiver making that catch? He made that look pretty routine. He had that DB draped all over him and still was able to help this offense get positive yards.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
They're looking to throw on second and short. Fires to the tight end. He'll get it inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39 before he goes out of bounds.
And that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
The Beavers have this offense rolling. Gonna look downfield again. Throws to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Johnson wants to throw it. Fires to the right. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
And the Beavers have it with a 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
They'll run it from the gun. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down. It'll bring up a big decision. The Beavers want to pick up the tempo. On fourth down, looking to pass. He makes a grab, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Beavers! The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead. Now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. A 70-yard touchdown drive, and they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Out of the gun, the running back has it. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking for a man, it's King. He's going for a big play downfield. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Intercepted. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37.
Most defenses are lucky if you